I know it's been a while. I apologize for that. The month of July was very much a drought for wrestling. What? Redemption? What the hell is that? I have no idea. It's SummerSlam time. Or should I say Summer Scam because it's 2 nights, 6 matches each, and a lackluster card that only has a handful of things worth looking forward to. Oh, we'll get to those as we get to them in due time. But otherwise, I apologize if I seem a little bit more pessimistic when it comes to this. But to tell you the truth, the world of wrestling hasn't exactly done a hell of a whole lot to impress me. I mean, what exactly am I supposed to get excited about, genuinely? I really don't know anymore. If anything, I kind of want to just. Eh, I'm not really sure. But it's 2 nights. We're in Minneapolis. Good friend of ours, actually, is in Minnesota. Was considering going to the show. You know, she used to be on the podcast years ago, but we are at least back in contact. But neither of us are particularly excited with the state of things right now. So what the hell am I going to do about it? Well, I guess just talk about it, I guess. I'm Coffee Lover 239. Of course, we got our resident John Moxley stan. It's Dean, aka Steven, aka my brother from another mother.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You can hear there was some issue there, but you know he was there. And of course, I've got Jesse's picks all lined up and ready to go. So, well, there's no use beating around the bush. Let's just get to it, starting with Liv Morgan versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. So, throughout June, the 2026 Queen of the Ring, which we had to skip because, although, I do have some words for how pointless it actually ended up being, but we'll get to that later. So the Queen of the Ring was held, where the winner would earn a Women's World Championship match of their choice at SummerSlam. Even though she was holding the Raw Women's World Championship. Yeah, wrap your fucking head around that shit for a minute. Try and wrap your head around that. Liv Morgan entered the tournament. She wanted to win SmackDown Women's Championship to become a double world champion. That's right. We just couldn't let enough, could you, huh? You just had to be a little bit greedy. Well, ultimately, that greediness bit her in the ass when her and Io Sky made it to the final at Night of Champions, and Sky defeated Morgan. So following their match, Sky chose to challenge Morgan for the Women's World Championship. So here we are. Who you got, Dean?
Io.
That's what Jesse says as well, which I'm kind of surprised because he's such a big Liv Morgan fan, but never mind that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna just make this a unanimous one right off the bat with y'all and go with Io. Oh, hey, remember when I said King of the Ring was entirely pointless? Well, guess what? This is half the fucking reason why. Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, in a friggin' Hell in a Cell match. Now, I know what you're thinking. What happened there? So, let's rewind a little, shall we? WrestleMania 42 on night 2, on April 19th, Obafemi defeated Brock Lesnar, and we thought he was going to retire because he took his gloves and his boots off and left him in the ring. And then Obafemi had these boring open challenges on Raw where he remained undefeated in the following weeks. And surprise, surprise, on the May 18th episode, we all got fucking worked because this son of a bitch will not leave. 4 F5s on Femi, which that move has lost all its luster. It's not what it used to be from back in the day. And later that night, Paul Heyman handed Raw General Manager Adam Pearce a contract for a match between Lesnar and Femi at Clash in Italy on May 31st. And after 7 fucking F5s, Lesnar won in what was seemingly another boring match. Spamming a bunch of F5s, huh? Where have I heard that one before? Oh, God. Oh, fuck that show and that match. And the last 3 of that show in general, but whatever. So then we go to Night of Champions on June 27th. Femi wins the King of a Ring to earn a World Championship match of his choice at SummerSlam. But then, surprise, surprise, Lesnar shows up on the Raw after as he's celebrating his win. Low blowed F5, Femi somehow recovers and decides to throw out the fucking World Championship match in favor of fighting Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell match. The match was made official later that night, and Femi relinquished it, explaining that Lesnar would have cost him his championship match anyways, but you don't know that for certain. This match was scheduled for night 1. So yeah, there's no reason to even have him win the fucking King of the Ring here, or even put him in the damn tournament if you're just gonna do this, when you could have easily set it up entirely without having to waste a King of the Ring spot. And you wonder why we didn't just skip it, why we skipped it. Well, not just because Saudi shit, but look at how pointless it ended up being. If we actually covered that, I'd have been fuming, hopping mad, to tell you the truth. Like, really fuming, hopping mad.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. And then this. Well, now this is the rubber match between the two. But at this rate, given the ruse, how everyone gets fucking fooled because they think it. And I've kind of fell for a little bit, hook, line, and sinker. You know how wrestling hooks you in like a fish, right? Well, that friggin' retirement thingy at Mania hooked us like a fish. There's no reason for him to do that in the first place if this crap was gonna happen. Now, the question is he actually going to retire here? We're in Minneapolis. I guess in a way you could call Brock Mr. SummerSlam, given the wild success he had. Like, who's Mr. WrestleMania? Or who's Mr. Royal Rumble? Well, we know who Mr. SummerSlam is here. And quite frankly, it probably is better for him to go out here, in his hometown, no less. But the question is, will they actually do that? Or are they just going to bait and switch us again because this company simply can't get enough of that? What do you think, Dean?
Oh, man.
That's what D. Jesse says, and I think that is the right option. Now, whether Brock retires or not, well, let's hold off on that. Something tells me this guy's going to keep going even in his 50s because his moveset doesn't require him a lot to do. Hey, that's how you-know-who actually lasted as long as he did. Oh, God help me. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk for the Undisputed Championship. So, oh God. Oh God. you want to talk about other shit that was entirely pointless. Just wait till I run this down. At Night of Champions on June 27th, Sami Zayn defeated defending champion Cody Rhodes and Walter. Oh, or should I say Wally, because that would actually secretly piss Vince off, because that's why the name change even partially somewhat there, because Vince genuinely thought people would call Walter Wally. Did I mention Vince McMahon is stupid? But where was I? Yeah, Sami Zayn defeated those two in a triple threat match to win the undisputed WWE Championship. An unexpected but rather pleasant surprise. Yeah, the one time I go away, something big happens. But it turns out it's all for naught. On the July 3rd episode of SmackDown, Raw General Manager and interim SmackDown General Manager Adam Pearce scheduled a match between Rhodes and Jey Uso for the right to challenge for the title on the following episode of Raw, which was won by Rhodes later that night. Why? Brand loyalty? Brand whatever? What is that? We don't have that anymore. If you think we're getting that in this day and age with WWE, you're dreaming. And on the July 6th episode of Raw, Rhodes was attacked backstage by the ring general. And later that night, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis appeared and found Rhodes' replacement in a scheduled title match. And he became the very thing he swore to destroy when a returning CM Punk, who had been on hiatus since the Raw after Mania 42, replaced Rhodes and defeated Zayn to win the undisputed WWE Championship, which made everything that happened at Night of Champions entirely freaking pointless. Why did you do this? Do you see why I don't want to cover them? Because it's always back to the fucking status quo. It doesn't matter. It's just there for cheap pops and crap. Ugh. And to do that to Sami Zayn, who I know for a fact many people have wanted to win the damn title for so long, he finally gets it, and he gets a measly What? 9 freaking days? Let me look real quick. I am so pissed off with this shit, dude. Jesse, you're different. I see you there. You're
What the?
different. Mm. Yeah, he's in the chat right now. He's special. And yeah, I'm not counting that either, too, about Laser's retirement here. Yeah, 9 days. Hey, he still lasted longer than Kane's and only WWE champion. Oh, I'm too old for this shit. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So on the July 10th episode of SmackDown, Punk challenged anyone to face him. So guess who came back? Rhodes. And he recalled when he was the champion, he told Punk he would face him anytime Punk wanted. Punk then asked when, which Rhodes responded with SummerSlam before they shook hands, and it was made official. But it was announced the following week. Should either Walter or Zayn defeat Punk and Rhodes in their scheduled tag match at Saturday night's main event XLV the next night, those two would be added to the title match at SummerSlam, and it would become a fatal four-way. That did not happen. So Punk and Rhodes defeated the other two and kept the match one-on-one, which is now the main event of night one. But it's listed third here for some reason. Yeah. Wrap your head around that for a minute. Just go on, Dean. I can't anymore.
Hmm.
Well, we're waiting. Dean. It's your turn.
Wait, what match are we on?
It's Cody Rhodes and CM Punk for the.
Oh, Punk.
That's what Jesse says as well, but he'll say that Cody turns heel and that Randy will return to help Cody and save us from this boring ordeal. Yeah, honestly, right now it's better if Punk retains, as much as I wish Zayn was still holding that belt. I have more to say, but we'll get to that later. We have LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Powerhouse Hobbs. You're not going to get me to call him by his current name, so suck it. Versus the Bloodline, Jacob Batu and Jay and Jimmy Uso. Oh, man. Now, where the hell was it? I'm trying to find it. So, in April of 2026, Roman Reigns began reforming the bloodline with his cousins, the Usos, Jay and Jimmy. Their cousin, Jacob Batu, then joined after Reigns defeated him in tribal combat at Clash in Italy the next month. Before the reformation, LA Knight had teamed up several times with the Usos, but Knight was against the reformation of the bloodline due to his past issues with the group. So an old friend of Fatu's, that being Hobbs, also tried to convince Fatu not to join the group. But then Fatu joined anyway, so he and the Usos went over to SmackDown to try and convince Solo Sikoa to rejoin. Reigns went on hiatus in April 2024 and left the bloodline fractured. Sikoa formed his own version, the MFTs, which were nowhere near as good, which had included Fatu until mid-2025 before the group disbanded in June 2026. Sikoa appeared on the June 13th episode of Raw to seemingly rejoin, but instead attacked his older brothers, the Usos and cousin Fatu. Following this, Knight challenged the Bloodline, Fatu and the Usos to face himself, Keys, and Sikoa in a six-man tag team match at SummerSlam, which was subsequently confirmed. Oh, I mean Hobbs. Fuck, I can't think straight. When I go on autopilot mode, shut the hell up, Jesse. Don't you even fucking dare. Ugh, God. And you wonder why I don't give a shit. Especially
Jesse,
with what
come on, man.
you wonder
Please.
why I don't care, especially what they did with Mike Santana. And don't even give me any but he did it as a tribute to his father. Yeah, so what? So what that it's a fucking tribute there. We all know the reason why it was changed in the first place. Because this fucking greedy company wants its grubby little paws all over you. And they want to mold you in their image. Like you're just a piece of clay or whatever. And they're sculpting you into their image. What they want you to be, you know? I can't believe I didn't. It took me that long to even think of it like that, but here we are. Just go on, Dean. It's your turn.
Um, hold on, let me think.
Shut the heck up, Jesse. He still won't even let me over this mistake.
Wait, this is night one. Doing night one,
Yes,
right?
we're still through night one. I'll tell you when we're getting to night two. We'll get there soon.
Okay. Oh, I got. I think two different. No, for now, I'll just go with the bloodline.
That's what Jesse says. I'm going with the bloodline as well. And now shut the hell up about the rest of this crap here. Oh, speaking of other bits, Walter versus Nick Aldis. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Aldis is finally gonna wrestle a match in WWE. Now, now hold on just a minute. There is a lot of shit to break down here. After a controversial loss to then undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes at Clash in Italy, Walter threatened SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis with a lawsuit if he did not get a rematch. Oh, Sami Zayn should have did that shit as well. And on the SmackDown 2 weeks later, he failed to capture the title again because of Sami Zayn, speak of which, who Walter chose as the special guest referee. Big mistake, Buster. Later that night, he accused Aldis as the only reason he failed to win the title, demanding another rematch at Night of Champions, when you could have, oh, I don't know, not had a special guest referee. And then Zayn won the title against Rhodes and Walter in that triple threat match at the event. The General went and had a physical confrontation with Aldis on the post show, calling him a failed wrestler. Started to poke the bear. On the following episode of Raw, commentator Michael Cole announced that Nick Aldis was placed on administrative leave, and after he was reinstated as SmackDown General Manager on the July 10th episode of SmackDown, Walter demanded a spot in the undisputed WWE Championship match at SummerSlam. And later that night, Aldis announced that him and Sami Zayn would face Rhodes and CM Punk, who defeated Zayn to win the title at Saturday night's main event XLV. Aldis told the ring general that he needed to fix the mistake of thinking that he would not be a big issue on SmackDown before Aldis was attacked yet again, repeatedly applying the sleeper hold as referees and producers tried to pull him away. And of course, as I mentioned, if the two could defeat Rhodes and Punk, they would make the title match at SummerSlam between Punk and Rhodes a fatal four-way. At the event, Aldis prevented the two, though, from winning the match, pulling out a referee as the General attempted a pinfall, and he hit him with the title belt. During the SummerSlam kickoff show the next day, Walter frustratingly asked WWE Triple Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Sesame Street Levesque what he would do to Aldis for causing the loss. Those two then had a brawl until security pulled them apart. And so the ring general would finally face Aldis at SummerSlam, and what would be his in-ring WWE debut and his first match since October 2023, which was on the independent circuit. During the contract signing, in order to make the match official, Aldis would have to relinquish his power as SmackDown General Manager. So the duties would then fully transfer to Adam Pearce, and Aldis agreed. So, were you excited to see Nigel McGuinness get back in the ring at one point? Because I think that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't you start with that shit either, Jesse, or I'm gonna ride you all friggin' night. We have a big problem. Well, not with Nick Aldis getting back in the ring. I am kind of excited for that because I haven't really watched that much of him. I remember at the original All In, like way back in, what was it? Was it 2000? Yeah, it was 2018. I remember too. It was him and Cody Rhodes, or just Cody at the time. It was against those two for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Aldis was the champion going in. It was a big ass bit here. I mean, freaking Cody had Brandy, DDP, Glacier, and Tommy Dreamer in his quarter. Nick Aldis had Jeff Jarrett, Samuel Shaw, Sean Daivari, and Tim Storm in his corner. Yeah, those were better times. Those were much better times before with this dark age crap that we're dealing with. So yeah, this should be a great match. This could be match of the night easily. Who you got, Diener?
Gunther.
Yeah, that's what Jesse says. I'm gonna agree with you both here. It's gonna be him to win it. I hope we do see more of Nick Aldis in the ring after this, though, but who knows? And the last match that's listed for night one is the Bella Twins and Paige. So yeah, Nikki and Brie Bella and Paige versus Fatal Influence. JC Jane, Laney Reed, and Fallon Henley. 6-woman tag match. On the April 24th episode of SmackDown, Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed made their main roster debut and attacked the women's tag team champions Brie Bella and Paige. Yeah, we're still in that awkward period because, well, yeah, we know what happened with Nikki Bella getting hurt again, and that basically screwed up everything for WrestleMania. Afterwards, both teams began a rivalry, culminating in a match for the title at Saturday night's main event XLV, where Henley and Reed won the championship. On that week's SmackDown, Brie defeated Reed, but after the match, Brie and Paige were attacked by the rest of Fatal Influence. Brie's twin sister, Nikki Bella, who had been dealing with an injury since April, made a surprise return, aiding Brie and Paige. Nikki subsequently announced that herself, Brie, and Paige would face Fatal Influence in a 6-woman tag team match at SummerSlam. I don't think there's much else to say. This is a very straightforward match. Who you got, Dean?
The Bellas.
And Paige. And Jesse says Fatal Influence. And that Nikki and Brie will turn on Paige. I don't know. I don't really give a toss, so. I'm going to go with Fatal Influence on this one. I think Jesse's makes the most sense. That takes care of night one. Now we go to night two. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, on the June 29th episode of Raw, Seth Rollins confronted World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. Rollins, who never lost the World Heavyweight Championship when he last held it as he had to vacate it in October 2025 due to injury, claimed that Reigns had possessed something that belonged to him. Reigns rejected this assertion, arguing that Rollins had not earned a title shot. Rollins countered by insisting he had always dominated Reigns since striking his back with a steel chair in June of 2024 and ending their former stable, The Shield. He subsequently offered Reigns a chance to defeat him in what might be his last chance. Reigns responded that he wanted his entire family to witness him defeat Rollins before accepting Rollins' challenge for the title at SummerSlam. And so this will be the main event of night 2, even though it's listed first. Who you got, Dean?
Who's that do? I do 400. Unless it says Roman.
See, Jesse says Seth. I'm going to go actually look at what the SummerSlam odds are right now. Because the truth is who I want to win versus what I think should win. As right now, the betting odds only suggest one title change. And we were all in unanimous agreement that CM Punk would retain, obviously. Yeah, we were right about that. That likely. Well, actually, that. Shit, I'm not actually sure right now. There may actually be only one, and it may not be the one. You know what? Fuck it. I want Seth Rollins to win. Because I'm afraid Roman's gonna go away, and we're gonna be back in the same old situation. It's like that friggin' Motley Crue song. It's the same old situation. Yeah, that. And I'm tired of it. But I wouldn't even be surprised if Roman retains. But there you go. Now here's the one title change we probably are expecting. Penta versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh boy. What a journey Chad Gable has had. On the July 13th episode of Raw, Chad Gable won a gauntlet match to earn a WWE Intercontinental Championship match against Penta at SummerSlam in Gable's hometown of Minneapolis. This set up a rematch between the two from January of 2025, where Penta defeated a then heel Gable in Penta's debut, which led to him becoming the original El Grande Americano and coming to respect Lucha Libre after he was unmasked in May of 2026. The match was scheduled for night 2. Huh. I guess there actually wasn't as much I thought. No, but for real, Chad Gable's been on one hell of a journey. And I think everything has all been leading to this. There's only one way this needs to go, but let's see what the gallery thinks. Dean? Come on, we're waiting.
Um, wait, what match is this?
Chad Gable versus Penta for the IC title. That's what Jesse says. I'm going with Chad Gable. He's quite frankly has been through a hell of a journey, and I think he's earned this win. So give the belt to him. He's earned it. Oh, good friggity grief. Because Triple H didn't want to have Rhea vacate the damn title, we have to do what Tony Khan loved to do for a while with his fucking interim championship bullshit. So this is a 5-way ladder match, right? Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, and either Julia or Lash Legend. We don't know who right now because that's going to be determined tonight on SmackDown for the interim women's championship. Now, here's what happened. At WrestleMania 42 Night 2, Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill to win the Women's Championship. Ripley retained the title in a rematch at Clash in Italy, but sustained a torn meniscus. Due to her injury, she was largely absent from SmackDown following the event. And on July 17th, Raw General Manager and intern SmackDown General Manager Adam Pearce confirmed Ripley would not compete at SummerSlam, but rather than vacating the title here, they decided to make an interim championship until Ripley's return and a 5-woman ladder match at SummerSlam. Qualifying matches began that night on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton and Cargill advanced by defeating Jacy Jayne and Nia Jax, respectively. Cargill advanced after defeating Charlotte Flair attacked her, causing a disqualification win for Cargill. Jax was given another chance in a qualifying match in the following week's episode against Flair, who also won by disqualification after Cargill's interference. They need to get that under control. On that episode, Chelsea Green qualified by defeating Kiana James. The last match was between Lash Legend and Julia, but we don't know who's going to win. So who you got, Dean?
I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton, yeah. Jesse's going with Jade Cargill. Me, fuck it, I don't know right now. I'm gonna throw a wild card up and say Chelsea Green because I want to be different. And now I don't think she's actually gonna win, but I'm just doing this for shiggles. Bro, you're gonna love this idea, bro. How about we have Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio, who are feuding over this money that Danhausen stole from the Judgment Day, bro, and let's put the money in a bag and put it on a pole, bro. Wait, no, this is not... Wait, bro, really? No, what am I saying, bro? That is stupid. Yeah, another stupid item on a pole match. Try not to cry when you have those flashbacks to WCW 2000 when Vince Russo was obsessed with this shit. Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. I can't even... This is just stupid. Just get a load of this. So on the June 15th episode of Raw, Women's World Champion Liv Morgan tried to pay Danhausen $100,000 to curse Obafemi, who was going to fight Dominic Mysterio in the semi-finals of King of the Ring. But Danhausen instead sold the money and cursed the entire group. Morgan, Mysterio, JD McDonough, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez, and they were all losing for a while. Saturday night's main event XLV on July 18th. Danhausen defeated McDonough in a no disqualification match. On the following Raw, Danhausen and the Judgment Day continued to fight over the money. It was subsequently announced Danhausen and Mysterio would face each other at SummerSlam, and the winner would keep the $100,000, as if it would even matter. Scheduled for night 2. And then what happened was, on the final Raw before SummerSlam, Danhausen was attacked by Mysterio and McDonough. Adam Pearce stated Danhausen should return the money to Judgment Day, but Danhausen declined and wanted his match against Mysterio to be a human monies on a pole match, which Pearce agreed. Do you remember what the last item on a pole match was in WWE? Dean, do you remember? Hello? Ah, crap, I think he's deafened. Well, let's see who, if any of you in the chat remember. Let's give him a minute here, and we'll see if he can figure that out here. As for this piece of shit, I'm tired. This whole ridiculous. I think they're starting to overexpose Danhausen, and it's becoming too much. And that friggin' concert segment with him and Joe Hendry, absolute cringe. And by the way, way to waste Joe Hendry, might I add. Right now. Try not to cry. Try not to cry again. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. Okay, Dean. Hold on a second. Let me see what's going on with him. I'll be right back.
Hello? Sorry, I was doing something. Hello?
Are you back, Dean? Yeah, I'm back
Yeah,
too.
sorry.
Alright, man. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the last item on a pole match was in WWE?
I do not. Sorry.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It took place in the far off year of 2017.
You think I would know something when the wussies?
Alright, it was a weapon that was on the pole. It was a women's match.
What? Why?
Am I jogging your memory? Anything? You everything okay over there, or you have any guess, Dean? It's okay if you.
What?
I gave you a
Wait,
few.
Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss.
You're halfway right, but who was her opponent?
Bailey?
Yep, and the item?
I forgot the item.
I'll
I
give you a
forgot the
hint. It
item.
was a weapon.
Kendo stick?
Ding, ding, ding! Kendo stick on a pole match. Alexa Bliss and Bailey, Extreme Rules 2017. And we all know how much of a dumpster fire that was. So, what makes you think this is going to be any different? Yeah, I try not to cry. I'm sorry I had to remind you of that, but that was genuinely the last item on a pole match in WWE history. And it was shit. It was actual shit. So why is this? Yeah, I don't think this is going to be any different here. Who you got?
Uh, I don't know. This one I really. But Dominic, I hope Dominic wins.
Yeah, that's what Jesse hopes as well. But something tells me they're actually going to give this shit to Danhausen because he sells so much merch for them, man. Or what do the odds say? The odds actually say Danhausen, so I'm going with Danhausen on this because something tells me they're going to give it to him anyways because they're stupid. Well, no, I mean, he makes money for them with the merch hand over fist, but it's still stupid to bury the Judgment Day further. Oh, and speaking of stupid, well, not this idea, but never mind. Look, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, number one contender, undisputed WWE Championship. What I'm trying to say is, what is stupid is Sami Zayn having to fight for a fucking rematch. At Night of Champions, Sami Zayn won the undisputed WWE Championship, but lost 9 days later to a returning CM Punk, losing the title. Saturday night's main event XLV, Zayn and Walter face Punk and Rhodes, and of course, Walter and Zayn would have been added to the title match had they won, but they failed because Nick Aldis basically screwed everything up. On that week's SmackDown, Zayn did Adam Pearce, the new SmackDown general manager, to be inserted into Punk and Rhodes' match, and Pearce declined and announced at SummerSlam Zayn would be the winner of a fatal four-way match scheduled later that night to determine the number one contender for the undisputed WWE Championship. Zayn reluctantly accepted. The match was won by Finn Balor. Here we are. What you got, Dean?
Uh, Finn. I want Finn to win.
Who? Finn? Did you say Finn Balor? Dean?
Yeah, I said yes.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
making sure because it cut out. Jesse says Sammy. I'm going with Sammy. Something tells me they're not going to drop this bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it back with him at Mania next year, which, oh God. Oh God, help us then. As you know where it's taken place. I haven't forgotten. And finally, we are mercifully at the end of this crazy train. It's Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin for the U.S. Championship. So on the July 10th episode of SmackDown, Baron Corbin, who left WWE in November of 2024 after his contract expired, made a surprise return to WWE by attacking Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes before holding up Williams' WWE United States Championship, signaling his intention to challenge for the title. 2 weeks later, after SmackDown went off the air, Corbin again attacked Williams, leading the champion to challenge him to a match with that title on the line at SummerSlam, and Corbin accepted and made official, which was then scheduled for night 2. So yeah, Baron Corbin's back. Who'd have thought?
Mm.
I don't know if I really have anything else to add. I think time away has been good for Corbin, and we'll see what happens now with this next run. Who you got, Dean? Well, I don't know. Oh shit. Are we having technical problems? Well, Dean, who you got?
Sorry, I mean just Trick.
Trick Williams. Yeah, Jesse says Trick. I'm going with Trick. I don't think they're going to give the title just yet to Corbin, but I'm sure they will eventually. Just wait. That's it. It's all there is for SummerSlam. Next thing will probably be at the end of the month with Heat Wave, another NXT event. And yeah. Uh so we'll be back at the in another month or so and we'll cover this. I don't really have anything else to add. Thank you for being here, Dean, and helping me get through this crap. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You,
And
man.
yes, thanks again, man. And well, I guess next time we'll see you will be NXT Heatwave, which will be in about a month, give or take a minute. So
You,
until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Thank y'all for watching. Goodbye. Please be kind to each other and enjoy the last days of summer, my friends, because fall is surely but slowly approaching. All right, guys. We'll see you